Hi everyone, it's Shamsa and welcome back to my little kitchen. Now today's recipe is one that takes me back to my childhood, a dish full of comfort and tradition. Now I'm going to show you how to make chicken Balti my way using fresh ingredients just like my grandma and how my mum used to make. Now before we get started, feel free to explore the other recipes on my channel and hit subscribe to never miss another video. So let's start cooking. So to make an authentic chicken Balti, these are the ingredients that you're going to need. I've got here chicken breast fillet. Now you can use thigh fillet, that's entirely up to you, and I've just cut it into medium-sized pieces. I've got here some white onion which are finely diced. I have here oil of my choice. I'm using coconut, you can use whichever you wish. I've got wonderful vine tomatoes, really nice and ripe. Use good quality ingredients. And I've got here some spices. I've got salt, coriander powder, Kashmiri chilli powder, which is going to add that lovely flavour and colour, but not the heat. Then I've got turmeric powder, and for heat we have regular chilli powder. Now, grandma and mum always use fresh ingredients. My grandma always used to use fresh ingredients, and garlic and ginger was one of them. So this curry is going back to basics. If you like authentic traditional curries, then this curry is definitely for you, because I've replaced my frozen ginger garlic cubes for fresh ingredients. I've got lots of garlic, lots of ginger, because with every mouthful you're going to get that wonderful burst of flavour coming through. Then I've got here some green chilies for heat, added heat. Now you can add however many you want, that's entirely up to you guys. And to finish the dish off, and this is how simple this dish is, I've got here dried fenugreek leaves, which is known as kasoori methi. This is going to add that extra depth of flavour right at the end of the cook. Add homemade garam masala, which we can't live without, and I'll link to this in the description box. I know a lot of you want homemade garam masala recipes, and I have one on the channel, and fresh coriander, and we also need water. So let's start cooking. Right, we're going to start by adding our oil into our pot, and just make sure you've got a pot that is large enough to accommodate your ingredients, because it's important to cook with a larger pot. And my heat setting is currently on a low heat setting for a gas hob, and I'm just going to give the oil a few minutes just to heat up. And once the oil is hot, we're going to add the onions in, and you're going to hear that sizzle. And we're going to turn the heat up now to medium, and we're going to fry the onions on medium heat until they've got a slight golden brown colour and they soften up, and that should take approximately 5 to 6 minutes. So I'll show you how they look once they're done. Right, so as you can see, the onions are now ready. They've taken on a light golden brown colour, and I'm now going to add my ginger and garlic into this. And we're just going to fry the ginger and garlic for about 2 minutes, just to get rid of the rawness. And I wish you could smell that aroma coming off that ginger and garlic frying away with the onions. It's just, oh, amazing. And then we can add our tomatoes in. My heat setting is still on a low. I'm just going to turn it up to a medium now for my gas hob. And we're going to cook the tomatoes until they're nice and soft and they break down. I'm just going to add a splash of boiled kettle water just to help them. And just let them cook away now for approximately 5 minutes until they soften up, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients in. Right, so you can see that the tomatoes have broken down really nicely, and now we can add our spices in. Just give them a mix. The spices won't burn because there's enough moisture in there that's been released by the tomatoes. And now we're ready to add our chicken in, which is cut and washed, and that goes. Now at this point I'm going to turn my heat setting up to a medium. I'm just going to mix the chicken into that beautiful masala. Right, so we're going to cook this until we sear the chicken, and that's going to be around 5 to 6 minutes. Heat setting is on a medium, guys, still, but just look at that wonderful colour. Beautiful. So it's been around 6 minutes that the chicken has been cooking away, and you can see that the tomatoes have broken down and it gives you a beautiful thick sauce. Now at this stage I'm going to add my green chilies in. Now if you wanted them slightly softer, then you could have added them in with the chicken. so they melt, but I'd like to see my chilies as well when they're in there, and I like a little bit of a bite to them, so that's why I'm adding them in now. And then I'm going to add approximately 1 cup of water into this. Just let that come up to temperature. I'm just going to turn my hob up now. Right, okay, so that is now up to temperature. I'm just going to pop the lid on, and I'm going to turn my hob setting down to a medium on my gas hob, and I'm just going to allow this to cook now for approximately 5 to 6 minutes. It'll just allow the water that we've added to cook down and give you a thick, glossy sauce with your Balti. So I'll see you guys back in around 6 minutes time, and then we'll finish the dish off. Right, so we're going to check the chicken. It's been around 6 to 8 minutes it's been cooking away. Oh my, just look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. That beautiful thick masala. And now we're going to finish this dish off. So I'm going to take my dried fenugreek, which is the kasoori methi, and I'm just going to place that in the palm of my hand, and I'm just going to crush it to release more flavour and aroma. So over with that. Over with the homemade garam masala. Oh, if you guys could just smell this. And then just gently give everything a mix. Oh. Now guys, if this hasn't tempted you to get up to make this curry, then I'm not sure what will. But just look at that beautiful sauce, just to mop up your naan, your chapatis, your parathas, your keema naan, or even just your basmati rice. And then just to finish, a sprinkle of fresh coriander right on top. So let me plate this up and give you guys a closer look.